Hello festival goers of the internet, I'm the Festival Finesser, and in today's video, we're going to be answering a very interesting question. How much does it cost to buy a festival campsite from Walmart? And the way we're going to be answering that question is by actually going to Walmart with my homie who has never camped at a festival before and helping him shop for the items that I feel are essential for a festival campsite. In addition, to make this video more helpful and informative, I'm going to be showing you guys what items I recommend from Walmart, where you can find them, why I recommend them, and how much these items all cost individually in addition to the grand total at the end. So if you're somebody who has never camped at a festival before and are unsure of how much of a budget you need to have, or maybe you're somebody flying to a camping festival and you have to buy a campsite when you land, this video is definitely for you, so don't go anywhere because it's all coming up after the intro.
Can I get it?
Festival Finesser.
All right, guys, we are out here in the field, out of Walmart, and I cannot tell you how many times I've met up at a Walmart to get last minute things, get food. So I wanted to make this video to show you guys what things you could get from a Walmart, but I also wanted to make this video to help my homie out, Connor, who is coming to Los Angeles with the gang. He's been to plenty of festivals before, but has never camped. He only has 2 camping items in his possession right now, a cooler and a sleeping bag. So we're gonna help him shop, recommend some items, why I recommend them. We're gonna see how much this all costs, and get Connor prepared for Lost Land. So we'll see you guys inside, and I hope you guys enjoy the content. All right, guys, so we're currently out here in the sporting goods section of Walmart. This is where you're gonna find most of your items. I have a list here. We're gonna be going through, picking out the items that I think are essential. If you're ever packing for a festival, you're definitely gonna wanna make a list or use a list that is already made for you. A lot of festivals have their own lists, but the first item out here that we're gonna be looking at are some tents. We have a pretty small selection here. So when it comes to tents, this is probably the one item that I would recommend getting before the festival and getting on Amazon. You can find them for way cheaper. But there is a really good tent here that I would recommend for a couple reasons. It's this one right here. It's $170. It's kind of pricey, but Connor's gonna be splitting the cost of the campsite with the homie, so it's not too bad. And this is a 6-person fast pitch pop-up tent, dark room technology. So basically the tent poles are already attached. You just take it out of the bag, pop it up, extend the poles, and you're good to go. I've had a tent like this in the past, and it makes your camp setup so easy, and having the darkness is also in the morning. It's honestly the move. So you want to grab that and put it in the cart. I think this is going to be our first purchase. It's a big one, but this is also a long-term investment, and if you wanted to go on the budget route, you could do, they have the TP tent here for $75 if you had to buy one right here. But like I said, they are relatively expensive here. You could find one online, Amazon, for cheaper, like $40. Another thing I will also mention too about tents is whatever it says it is on the tent, if it says it's a 4-person tent, it's really only like a 2-person tent. Connor's only gonna be able to fit him and his homie in that 6-person tent. Me and Bree have a 6-person tent. It's only me and us in that tent. So just keep that in mind when you're buying your tents. Let's look at the next item here on this list, which I lost. All right, next, items that aren't crucial, but I would definitely recommend getting some aftermarket ones because the ones that come with the tent are gonna be pretty puny. So grab like 4 of those, Connor. You can put down one in each, you know, one in each corner of your tent and then one in each corner of your easy up if you get one. These are $1.88, definitely worth it. Keeping your tent secured to the ground. All right, so next on the list, we have canopies, and they are on sale right now for $40. So we're gonna snag one. The only thing that sucks about this one is it doesn't have any wheels. You have to kind of carry it over your shoulder. It is a little bit heavy, but for $40, I would definitely throw this in the cart. So we're gonna do it. So now that we have our 2 biggest and most important items, I would say, I think we can go into the more kind of smaller items. And another item I think is very important, a flashlight at a festival. I preach about this in all of my tip videos. It gets dark out there, especially if you're camping. Even if you're in the festival, just maneuvering at night, having a flashlight makes everything so easier, keeping your squad together. So we're gonna get Connor a nice flashlight and maybe even a lantern. So we'll take a look and come back with our recommendation in a second. All right, guys, so the one we came to a conclusion with is actually the same one that I have. And it is a $15 flashlight. And the reason that I like this light so much is because it's strong, but it's also small. You can throw it in your backpack, throw it in your pocket, and it's just convenient when you're walking around the campsite through the festival. This is like my main flashlight I have on me like pretty much the whole entire festival. So we're gonna throw that in the cart and add it to the tab. All right, guys, and while we're talking about lights, I'm gonna grab this for Connor's campsite as well. This is a tent light for the top of your tent. It hangs over like this, and it's basically like a ceiling fan light. And this thing, it goes crazy. It lights up your whole entire tent. It's not like a little light bulb. It is fully lit. So we're gonna toss that in the cart as well and add it to the tab. All right, guys, the next item we're gonna grab here is also in the light department. And this is a lantern. This is gonna keep Connor's campsite lit. and this is coming at $20, which is a really good deal. They also have lights, more heavy duty, a little bit more price, but definitely brighter lights in the automotive section. So we're gonna go over there real quick and show you guys some examples and options you guys have over there and the prices.
Pardon the interruption, guys, but because YouTube is not paying me big bills, I have resorted to sponsoring my videos by smaller companies and brands in the EDM world. This video is being sponsored by KB23 Pins. For those who don't know, KB23 Pins is a pin company in the festival and bass scene. They have a bunch of dope designs out right now, both in pins, t-shirts, hoodies, and they just came out with these fire-ass jerseys. And the owner, Kyle, was nice enough to send me some pins to show you guys for these videos. So this is an older one. It's Tommy Pickles throwing up the Zed's Dead sign like this. But this one is fucking sick because it glows in the dark. This next one is a KB23 Pin signature. It's the Scooptronics logo. It's the Cyclops from Subtronics' logo and Scooby-Doo. Fucking sick. But this one is my absolute favorite, man. The Excision Headbanger one with the bass face. This one is fucking perfect for Lost Lands, and it's just very me. So big ups KB23 Pins for sponsoring the video. If you guys are interested in collecting and trading pins, Kyle has a group on Facebook called Rhythm Kids Pins, where you guys can connect with other pin collectors and traders alike, find out about dib trains, new releases, and all KB23 Pins news. I'll put links to their social medias in the description box below. Thank you, Kyle, again for sponsoring the video. Let's get back to the content.
All right, guys, so we were in the automotive section right now, and we are looking at a bunch of heavy duty lights. These are work area lights, essentially serving the same purpose as a lantern, keeping our campsite lit. And some ones that I would recommend are something like this down here, a work area light, $37. You can hang it above your campsite from a canopy, maybe with some zip ties and bungee cords, which we're also gonna find in this automotive aisle, or you can maybe hang it from a corner, something like that. I have two little hanging lanterns that are by this company. They hang from the corners of my canopy and they keep our whole entire campsite lit. Hit that light, Christian. On the front. On the front.
Oh. Ow.
Yeah.
Oh shit, this man bright.
With this, another one, work area light, 20 bucks. It's got two lights on it. You could, direct them. And the last one here I think is pretty cool is something like this. Just keep a table lit at night, just on the table. And this one's also magnetic, which is cool. So a lot of these hyper tough ones are magnetic. They're heavy duty, and that's why they're a little bit more pricey, but they could definitely be useful at your campsite. So like I said, there's a couple more items in this automotive section that we can grab, so let's take a look at those and throw them in the cart. And again, these are all recommended, not essential. All right, guys, we're in another area of the automotive section. This is kind of like the cargo section. Here we have a bunch of bungee cords, ratchet straps. These I recently started using as opposed to bungee cords for tying things down to the top of the car. It's just make things more secure, easier. You don't have to use as many bungee cords connecting bungee to bungee, and it's just more secure. But bungee cords are a multifunctional tool when you're camping. You can use them for a bunch of stuff, keeping things together, rolling things up, strapping down a tarp to your canopy. So definitely grab a couple. It's all preference, but the ones that I also really like to use are these mini bungee cords. These are really good for just, like I said, keeping things organized, rolling things up. If you got like a tarp, or if you gotta connect things, tie things together, these mini bungees are really useful, and they're all really cheap. So grab whatever ones you want, Connor, and we'll show the people what you grabbed.
I'm gonna go ham.
Oh, he's getting the variety pack.
I'm going ham.
That's a good move, honestly.
For the future.
Also keep in mind of your sizes. You got the variety pack, which is a good idea. You get a bunch of everything, but sometimes you're gonna need some really long ones, sometimes you're gonna want some really short ones, so it's good to have a variety, which is why the variety pack is a good idea. So good shit, Connor. Also in this automotive aisle, we also have some tarps, which you definitely want to grab at least one of in case it rains. I like to string up a couple tarps around my canopy to keep my tent dry, but you can also use them for shade. You can also use them on the floor of your tent, under your bed, just to keep yourself secure and dry from the water. So we're gonna throw that in the cart and pray it doesn't rain at Lost Lands this year. All right, guys, we're getting our last thing from the automotive section. This is, again, another multifunctional tool at a campsite. Cable ties, also known as zip ties. You can use this for a bunch of things, and they come in so clutch. Securing things, fixing things, tying things together. We're gonna throw these in the cart, and you're definitely gonna be using a bunch of those off rip. Same thing with your bungees. You're definitely gonna be using those as well. So hopefully everything in here gets used, because these are the essentials. We'll see you guys back in the camping section now in the outdoor sporting goods for the rest of our camping supplies. All right, we're back in the camping section now, guys, and Connor is grabbing some folding chairs for him and his homie. You don't want to be chilling at your campsite sitting on the ground or your cooler all day. You want to have at least some place to chill and just relax first. So Connor has two chairs. Connor grabbed some chairs that are a little bit more expensive, but you can get some folding chairs as low as $15 here at Walmart. Since we were getting chairs, it's only right that we get a table. Connor found a 5-foot folding table for $40, so we're gonna snag. That's a good deal. Usually standard is 6 feet, but that's honestly a little too big and inconvenient for camping and packing and things like that. So this is definitely a good move for a good price. Not necessarily essential depending on who you ask, but in my opinion, I'd say that's essential. A table and a chair for you and your homie, come on. All right, guys, we're getting down to the bottom of the list here, and this is where things kind of start to get like in a gray area of like, is it essential? Is it not? You know, it's kind of depends on the person you are. So the next item we're talking about is air mattresses, things to sleep on, you know, camping pads, whatever. Connor snagged 2 twin air mattresses for like $13 each for him and his homie.
Not bad.
And they're gonna be keeping both of those in the same tent, so keep that in mind. They also have to get a pump, a battery powered pump. Too many pumps that they advertise at Walmart are electric. You gotta plug them in. You need battery powered pump or someone that has a generator at your campsite if you have a pump like that. So all things to keep in mind, all things that are gonna be added to the tab. So 2 air mattresses and the pump. All right, guys, we are getting to the end of the list here, and as we're getting deeper and deeper into the list, we are finding less things to be more essential. A lot of things your friends are probably gonna have, or your neighbors are gonna have, or you might even have them at your home just laying around that you can kind of designate to your camping supplies. So the last thing you grabbed here is a fan. Again, this is not, it could be essential. I think fans are essential at a festival. You never know when it's gonna get hot. On a festival like Lost Lands, waking up in your tent in the morning baking, it definitely gets hot. So battery powered fan, 60 batteries, $20, plus the cost of the batteries, probably like $11, $12. So I think we're done here. Let's go check out. All right, let the checkout process begin. Grand total for all of Conor's essentials for 2 people at a music festival is $460.17. We got a canopy, 2 chairs. This is like half of our order right here. This is where a bulk of the tab came from, but this is a good investment and a really fucking good tent. We have 2 air mattresses, a pump, a fan, a table, some personal organization boxes, bungee cords, a lantern, a tarp, some mini bungee cords, a personal flashlight, some aftermarket tent stakes, a light for the tent, and some zip ties. Good shit. We are now Lost Lands ready. So we're gonna get all this stuff packed up, pay, and we'll see you guys back in the studio, my house, for the outro of the video.
So there you have it, guys. A certified Festival Finesser campsite will cost you approximately $450 from Walmart. But keep in mind, just like with the tents, you can probably save money and cut costs on a bunch of your items by getting them online. But keep in mind as well, if you're buying online, you have to leave yourself enough time for these items to arrive. Because the last thing you want is to spend money on these items that don't arrive on time, and then you find yourself stopping at a Walmart on the way to the festival, which cuts into your schedule, which cuts into your arrival time, which could really affect your experience and your camp spot and things like that. And that's exactly why I made this video geared specifically towards Walmart, because more often than not, you're going to find yourself stopping or meeting at a Walmart on the way to the festival, because Walmart has everything you could possibly need in one place. You know, whether it's things that you intended on stopping for, like food, alcohol, drinks, and snacks, or things that you forgot, like camping items, health and beauty aids, or electronics, it can all be purchased at a Walmart near the venue. And that concludes this video, guys. So I hope you find it helpful. I hope I can help enhance your camping experience. And if you guys are interested in learning more about festival camping and general festival tips and advice, I have a whole entire playlist on this channel that is geared specifically towards that. So check them out. Feel free to subscribe. And I'll see you guys for the next one very soon on the Festival Finesser. Love y'all. Peace out.